Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you are easily triggered, leave now. Now, what I'm going to do with this reaction video, I'm going to have a different type of topic. It seems to me that men are very frustrated with the selection of women that are out there. It's very hard to choose a woman today. And one of the main reasons that it is difficult to choose a woman is because they don't know how to be feminine. And a part of their femininity is to be a soft place that a man can feel that he can retreat to. She's supposed to be gentle enough for a man to feel safe with. A man should be able to express himself to a woman, tell her everything that he thinks he needs to tell her, and she should be able to comfort him through his pains, through his woes, and his tribulations. What we have right now is a bunch of women who don't want a man to be expressive, and it's okay for a man to be emotional, not overly emotional, not like a female emotional, but it's okay to be emotional because we all have emotions. And that's what a woman is supposed to be there as a helpmeet, is to help him through those troubling emotions that he may be feeling. But we have women right now who think that you are feminine by expressing yourself in any kind of way that you believe. So in this reaction video, out of these clips that I'm using out of fair use, and this is an educational video educating you about how women are no longer feminine in a way. Let's get to it. I want you to see what you think about it. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second as I turn the music down a little bit for this clip. I think it's a little low. There it is.
For a man to open up to you and be vulnerable, that means he sees you as a safe place. Yeah. And a lot of times as women, we want that safe space, but we don't provide that safe space. But when a man can say, oh, I can come and talk to you about my day or what I'm dealing with, or that I'm emotionally just all over the place, that's a compliment. But a lot
you hear what you said? When a man feels as if he can come to his woman and tell her how he's feeling, how he had what he went through throughout the day, it's a compliment to women. Did you hear what this lady say? It's complimenting you because it's telling you, ladies, that you are feminine enough for a man to be masculine enough to come to you and tell you what's bothering him. You ladies want a man to be there so he can be the shoulder for you to cry on. But when a man wants to express himself, whatever it may be about the stresses that he has experienced that day, you're cold. You like, suck it up, be a man. You're not feminine. You're not soft anymore. You're not a soft place for men anymore to go to. So this is one of the main reasons why men are frustrated with you, because you are not allowing yourselves to be women to the men. You want us to be providers and protectors and yada, 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 but you don't want to be gentle and pleasant to be around for us. Let's keep going.
But a lot of men don't feel safe enough to do so. So it's hard to get to know them because we don't give them a safe enough space to be who.
Again, you ladies are not making it where a man can feel safe with you. And again, what I like what she just said, you women are not giving yourselves opportunities to get to know the man that you're with because you're not allowing yourself to be available for him to open up to you. This is why you get a whole lot of boyfriends, fiancés, and husbands that beat you up or whatever it is, or do you dirty because you never gave him the opportunity to really show you his sides. You just shut it down. All you care about is the money. All you care about is some long pipe up in you. You don't care about actually trying to bond with somebody. You don't care about pair bonding. All you care about is get out there and get that money from it, boy. That's all you care about. Just keep going.
It's hard to get to know him because we don't give him a safe enough space to be who he is. Yeah. So we meet the representative because they're under so much pressure to make us feel like I'm this man that she wants me to be, opposed to this is who I am, take it or leave it.
My. She said a lot in that little 4 minutes right there. Let me put another one up there, which needs to be heard. I'm going to play a gentleman. Going back and forth with gentlemen and women about this subject today.
Men today are prisoners to their woman's feelings and emotions, right? When you can't express yourself to your woman about something that she did, you basically her slave. If you can't say, babe, I don't like doing the way you did that, then ain't. If you can't do that, you her slave. You living in a prison.
You are afraid of your woman if you can't tell her when she's wrong. If you can't correct the woman, you're afraid of her. She got the diggaline and you got the coochie. See, women want to be domineering in these relationships today with men. That's not how it's supposed to be. So again, women are not presenting themselves as a soft place. Now, women say they want to live a soft life. That comes with the price tag of you being feminine enough to provide a man a soft place, a place where he can feel that there's peace when he comes to you, a place where he feels like there's calmness when he comes to you, a place where he feels as if he's not going to be criticized or judged for anything he said or anything he's done when he comes to you. A lot of you women like to point your fingers and blame the men for shit, but you never want to point the finger back at yourself. So when you act like that towards a man is going to reject you. You make men sick of you. A lot of men today are feeling sick of women. We're getting sick of y'all. If you ever noticed it or not, that's why a lot of people are going on the passport bros. That's why men are trying to look outside of their own race now, because they're sick of the modern day black women behavior right now. In my most humble opinion. Let's keep going.
You're in a prison in your own home. And what does this lead to? It leads up to bottled emotions, which leads up to mental health issues, which leads up to unproductive and destructive habits and coping mechanisms, drinking, drugs, tricking, gambling, and shit. Because you're trying to get them emotions off. You're trying to get them, suppress them emotions and feel better. You see, so you do unproductive things. You do destructive things to feel better because it's easier. And that's a result of that. I believe the alcohol epidemic amongst men in the world come from dealing with shitty women who don't care about you, basically. That's what I believe.
I think he make a lot of good points. I really think he did. I'll put some more up there for you right quick, gentlemen, as we dive deeper into this situation. 1 second. Trying to find the other clip. Now I want to show you this was on how you say Ayana Changed My Life. I want to show you how a woman talked to a man, and then how Ayana had to correct her behavior to show her how she needed to be softer in her approach with dealing with her own husband. Let's get it.
Let's talk about that.
Your children, the ones that I did not create, they're allowed to do what you do.
First off, we starting wrong right now. She said, your children, the ones that I didn't create. So he got a different baby mama. But understand that negative attitude. How can you be comfortable talking to a woman like that, who talks like that?
Let's talk about that.
Your children, the ones that I did not create, they're allowed to do what you do. They sleep all day. They don't come out of the room. They don't do what they need to do.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want you to come over here.
A whole bunch of complaining, a whole bunch of accusations, a whole bunch of showing that you are just nonchalant about your husband's feelings. You just talk crazy. Let's get it.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want you to come over here. I want you to watch this. Let me show you something. Go sit over there. I have a little concern because your sons are not demonstrating that they are learning to be the kind of man I know you want them to be.
Now notice how she is rubbing up on his arm, not on no freaky stuff, but she's trying to show the other woman how to be a woman towards her man. She's speaking to him soft-spoken, gentle. Even the Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath. She's being real soft, real gentle, rubbing on him, comforting him, while she's saying the same thing the other woman said, but in a more respectful, keyword, respectful way. The other woman was the complete opposite. Ayana is showing her, well, him too, how a woman is supposed to be soft. A lot of you women are not soft anymore. You're not gentle. You're so masculine. You're so rugged, so rigid, so inflexible. You think that turns a man on? You think a man want to be around a woman who acts like a man?
They're going to demonstrate the kind of man you teach them to be. And I'm not really sure what to do about that. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to see how she ended that conversation. She said the children are not doing what she would like for them to do, and then she turned it into a question. Why? I'm going to tell you why in a second. She said, I'm not sure about what we should do about that. Why did she say that question at the end? Because men are problem solvers. When you present something like that to a man, a problem that you can fix, for a man to fix, he can feel like a superhero because he solved the problem. What did she do? Like I say in my other videos, men have egos. She just massaged his ego. She just made him feel as if he can make things happen. She just made him feel as if he can lead and she will follow his leadership. She went after his ego in a positive way. A lot of you women don't know how to cater to your man's ego. That's the reason why you have so many damn conflicts in your relationships.
That's how you do that. The woman has to talk to her man to get him to move the way she needs him to move. You're not gonna get nothing with that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Y'all got children. You got wives that you're raising, husbands that you're raising. You don't have time for this. And you want to build up a business and don't take care of the foundation so that you lose it and your sons see you as a failure? Y'all need to get this thing together.
That's crazy. Ayana got kind of gangster. She said, "You feel that? You feel what? You see that?" Yeah, that's true. There's a way you talk to everybody. But woman, if you're in a relationship with a man, there's a certain way. There ain't no many ways. There's a certain way, one way that you talk to a man. Stop trying to, I'm going to try it this way. No, there's one way that you talk to a man, and that's respectfully. Consider it now. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to play this with this lady right here. Let her talk to you a little bit.
Men need affection just as much, if not more, than they need sex. Sex isn't enough. Talk to your man. Check on where he's at with his goals, with his debt, with his problems. Check on how he's feeling mentally, spiritually. Touch that man. And I'm not talking about touching his private areas, okay? Rub that man's back, rub his feet, rub his head, give him a scalp massage. Wash his hair. Yes, wash his hair. Don't act like you don't like going to the Dominicans and when they be washing your scalp, you be damn near about to have an orgasm. Cut it out. A man would love it. Let me give you a facial real quick. Cooking and cleaning, and those are survival skills. Those are not ways to show affection. If I'm sounding crazy to you, then go look at them women who have been married for 45 years. I guarantee you they done rubbed some feet. While my grandfather be playing in video games, my grandmother be right there scratching his back and looking at him like he's just the king of the world.
You know what? It's those little things that matter in relationships, especially when it comes from women to men. Just scratching his back, rubbing his head when he's doing something, that means a lot to a man. But a lot of you don't want to do shit unless a man is giving you money or doing, you don't even want to fix a man a plate. You'll tell him to get off your ass. Your mama don't live here. You can do it. You right by the icebox. You don't even want to fix him a damn plate of food. You don't even want to make him a sandwich. It's such a big deal after they done gave you the best diggling of your life in the bedroom or whatever it is. If the diggling ain't that good, he gave you a nice home, a nice car for you to drive in. He bought you a car, did a whole lot of stuff, and you can't get off your musty back ass to go out there and make a sandwich for your man? Do you see what I'm talking about? You're not a soft place anymore. You're not soft. A man cannot come to you and expect you to be gentle anymore or loving. A soft place is another way of saying loving. A lot of you women are not loving anymore. You want to be loved, but you don't want to love back. You want someone to provide for you, but you don't want to be nice to them. Sad, man.
Bro, I'd be like, how the hell does she still feel like this about this man? But she literally gazes at him like he is the king of the world. Yes, she will get down there and scrub his feet and clip his toenails. Yes, that is affection. Remind that man that he's a king. Remind that man that he's powerful. Remind him that he's strong. Remind him that he's needed. Remind him that he's wanted, desired.
And let the church say, amen. Excuse me right quick, ladies and gentlemen, I'll pull up the next thing for you. That came out of nowhere. I was trying to suit it up. I forgot about that. Apologize. Here it comes. Let me go ahead and set it back. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so this question is really for the ladies, but the men, you can chime in because you know yourself better than us. But ladies, are the men in 2023 far more sensitive? Like, I don't remember men having so many feelings in the past.
Men have always had feelings, a lot of feelings. It's just that most time men will bottle those feelings up. You know what I mean? That's why men have the highest rate of suicide, because women like you make it seem like they should not be able to express themselves to you. Why can't a man express himself to his wife? Why can't a man? I ain't talking about being a baby crying. And if you gotta cry as a man, whatever made you cry, it's okay to cry. Crying is a part of healing. It's washing away the pain. But why can't a man come to his wife and feel secure enough to say, baby, this is bothering me?
Yes. They are very opinionated about things. They be feeling some type of way, and y'all are verbal about it. Y'all be throwing little hissy fits and stuff. Like,
what she really complains about right now is the fact that if a man say that he a hissy fit, but as she say, that's probably just a man holding her accountable for the bullshit that she's been doing, and she don't like that. Now he's being a hoe to her. She trying to say he's being a sissy now because he's telling her probably stop doing this X, Y, and Z.
I don't remember this, and I'm not really feeling it too much.
So what I'm hearing is this is my take on what she's saying, and also some other things that I have heard about men being more sensitive. But ain't this what we asked for?
Better question is, ain't that what you raised? Because all these men, majority of them, are being raised by single mothers.
But ain't this what we asked for? We asked men to talk about their feelings more. We asked them to be more vulnerable. We asked them to tell us more about what's going on with them, what they like, what they don't like. And now that they're doing it, instead of it being received openly, it's being rejected and it's being name called. And now you're in menopause, or you're sassy, or some other derogatory term. I don't understand. Like, what? I feel bad for the men, because it almost seems like the goalpost is being moved. You wanted more sensitive men. You wanted men who are more in touch with their emotions, and now that they're getting backlash for it.
I think it kind of just really boils down to some people like some things and some people don't like those things. Because it seems like we got 2 or maybe 3 different types of women and men running around, where you have some of the men, they will share and they have become more emotionally present, and they're able to actually talk about these things or say what they don't like, and express that they don't like a certain type of way a woman is treating them, things that's being said to them. And then you have some women that appreciate that and take it and just be like, like I said in that other video, they take it and be like, you know what, I could be better in this. So why don't I work on myself? Because it sounds like you trying to be whole. So maybe I should, take this and reflect. Like we say all the time, we reflect and, be a little bit better. Then you also have the women, like, it seems like this sister she's saying that y'all men out there throwing hissy fits. If your voice, a hissy fit? I don't think it's a hissy fit. I mean, some might be throwing hissy fits. I don't know, but I do know a man expressing the things that I just named before. I wouldn't see that as being, overly sensitive, because it sounds like she's trying to say that men are overly sensitive. I think men have been sensitive.
Right. They just kept it bottled up.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's when you see men explode and start doing ridiculous stuff, being overly angry and just walking around. It's like, you throw a Mentos into like a bottle of a Pepsi or Coke and it explode. That's kind of like, what men were. But I was sitting here listening to this, just thinking to myself, God, dog, men just can't be humans. You can't have a whole human experience. You can't use your words to express these things, or you're going to be called, some type of hissy fit haver. Or it's a situation to where you're not expressive enough. So you can express, but don't express too much.
Back a little bit.
You're being too much like a woman. I don't like that. But
I do think that there are, I don't want to say limits, but there's a way to go about voicing how you feel and your concerns. And that's on both sides. That's for men and women. But for me, what I have seen, not specifically talking about that video, but what I've seen is women who are literally upset because this man said, hey, I didn't like when you said this to me.
Mm-hmm. Again, a man expressing himself about what he's not liking that you're doing, that makes him sassy. That makes him have a sissy fit. Now, every man has the right to stand up for himself. Don't ever let a woman or anybody else run you over. If a woman does something you don't like, you put her in her place, Jack. This used to be normal back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. Now, I don't know what it is. Women are running the men. I'm not cut from that cloth. I'm cut from the other cloth, the old school cloth. I'll check your ass. And that's what you're supposed to do. You supposed to check. And women like that. You'll be amazed at how many women I talk to who are successful, who are domineering in conversation, and they say something I don't like and I put them in their place. They would tell me, they'll say, look, I'm glad that I need somebody that'll tell me when I'm going out of bounds. I didn't have women say thank you in so many words for putting me in for me putting them in their place. It actually built up the attraction that she had for me by checking her ass. I'm just being honest with you. Women like that. Some women like structure. Because it shows them that you're not a weak dude and you ain't just gonna take anything from them, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, our boys are being raised like that. He's 5 now. He just had a birthday. Happy birthday to our youngest. He'll come to me real quick and be like, can we talk about how I'm feeling? Because he gets upset real easily. But there's a safe place for them to come and just communicate about how they're feeling, and that's okay. And he does the same thing. I think we've said this before. We have that whole in the spirit of communication is how we start this off. In the spirit of communication, whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a couple of things that happens when you allow your man or the man in your life to voice how they're feeling. One, it opens up the lines of communication, because you can't fix something, or you can't help walk something out or work something out if you don't know what's going on. So that opens up the line of communications. But the other thing that it does, and I think that this is probably the one that a lot of women are having an issue with, is it makes you be accountable. Because if he's coming to me saying that, hey, I didn't like when you talked to me like this, or I didn't like when you did that, or I don't like this, then he's telling you something that he needs you to fix for him. And that's okay. It's okay for you to fix something.
Here it is. She said safe place, and she said accountability. I'll tell you like this. Any woman who will not take accountability is a woman that is not in a safe place for you, gentlemen. If a woman refuses to be accountable and responsible for her actions, especially if you done told her something that she did wrong, how it made you feel, she is not a soft place for you. Kick her to the curb, Jack. Y'all have a good one now, you hear me?